Hey there, guys. We're going to be going to Gloomwing for a requested clear. A friend of mine said, please do a Gloomwing clear using only JP units as kind of like a challenge. He did say global exclusive gear was okay to use, so we're going to be using some. Honestly, I tried to make an all mission clear work. I couldn't get it in 15 turns with only 5 units. So we're going to do a 15 turn clear with 6 JP units, and then you could always go back with like a slower 5-man team and get the other missions. We're pretending like we're struggle busting it on the JP server with global side. So here's the party we're going to use. Liv Dilly's got me a nice EX3 Emperor, and then we're going to use an EX3 Arin because SLB units are just a plague, and my Emperor is EX2. So we're going to use Frisia to LB on turn 1. We're going to start Beatrix in the base form, then go to the shift. And we're going to use Kurasame to normal attack to fill Beatrix's LB. Arin is going to Magnus. And then the Emperors are going to Magnus and True Cyclone. So turn 1 is just pure setup. We're going to be doing a little bit more damage next turn. Okay, so this clear is certainly handicapped. No global units whatsoever, meaning we don't have any kind of good units, to put it simply. So we don't have break immunity, we don't have status immunity, we can't fit anyone with a buffer. We don't have hold on one second. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. So Arin is gonna LB, and then we're going to LB with the Emperors every turn. So, while Arin caps. So Kurasame is kind of like mini Kresnik in that he has his normal attack refills LB. It's not nearly as good. That's going to be a common theme here, is that the things that we're doing with JP units are just not as good as the global units. Kresnik fills 40 with quad attack. Kurasame fills 24. But thankfully, Emperor and Arin both have a tiny LB gauge. So with some autofill as well as some gearing, we can still fill their LB gauges every turn with Arin. I'm sorry, with Kurasame. Sorry, not really talking super well here. Anyway, once my Frisia gets her LB good to go, or SLB next turn, we'll do a little bit more damage. My Frisia is only EX2, so we only get her SLB every 4 turns. That'll give us those better wind support buffs, because, apparently a 45% amplify on turn 1, like Bulwark, is too strong. So a JP unit like Frisia has to wait till turn 4 or 5, depending on your EX level, to get their good buff. But whatever. So let's go ahead, and now that we have that done, we can get this going. Of course, our Arin is attack broken. The friend Emperor is magic broken because, we're using basically a handicapped party. But it's okay. We're definitely going to get it in 15 turns with a 6-man party. But all these little handicaps are just irritations that annoy me that because the units are just weak. In fact, this clear wouldn't even work. Would not even work if the Emperor wasn't EX3, because Emperor can only maintain his breaks, all his breaks, at EX3. If your Emperor was EX, if Emperor was EX2 or below, you can't maintain the LB attack and magic breaks. Isn't that awesome? Because best design, huh? But big shout out to Liv Dilly, who did build me an EX3 Emperor, which allows us to do this clear because his Emperor is EX3, so therefore it maintains full uptime of the attack and magic break. Alright, so there's the disease. I did gear Beatrix and counter Lakshmi Cure to cure disease, which is going to help for the most part. And if we ever don't counter cure the disease, I've got Frisia can do Riku's pouch. Now, of course, you can gear for disease immunity, but and in fact, my Arin is geared for disease immunity. But Emperor, being Emperor, just can't really fit disease immunity in his kit. with everything we're doing. Alright, so some more attacks. So as you can see here, you know, we're definitely going to get the turn count mission, not too big of a deal, with a full party, double Emperor plus Arn. Let's see. I think we need to cover and shell this turn, so we're going to cover and shell. And we will do this. Excuse me. Alright. Okay. Turn 7, and we're at 52. So we're basically kind of on track. Remember the first 2 turns we didn't have Frisia's LB buff, or SLB buff. But at this point, it'll be up always. Thankfully, Frisia's SLB buffs are a 4-turn duration. So at EX2, they can be full uptime. Thank God. Alright, let's see. Let's do this. And there we go. So we're in phase 2 now. Beatrix can just Curaga, whatever. Okay, so we're keeping it going. We're keeping it going. And the boss does have accuracy down and all that, by the way, but with double hand units, we don't really mind accuracy down. Okay, so an SLB turn. This will be nice. I think we're going to use, let's see, Shelga and Curaga. Actually, we're going to, I'm a little worried about my damage. So we're going to Curaga, and we're going to Defaith the friend to cure the magic break on the SLB turns. So we'll do a little bit more damage. Alright, let's do this. My Arn is still attack broken, which is annoying, but whatever. Okay, not bad. We'll go ahead and just LB here for mitigations. Alright, so we're definitely on track. Turn 9, 32%. It's going to be close. It's going to be close, but we're going to get there. Alright, so let's see. Lakshmi Synergy, cured that nicely. Let's see, we can Curaga with you. Need to shell and protect with you. And hopefully we get, yep, we did. Alright. Burst again. We're not going to be able to cure the magic break on turn 12, which would be the next SLB turn for the friend, because my Frisia will be required to SLB on turn 12, or we'll lose those buffs, and that would be bad. But you know what I can do is I can Defaith him this turn on the friend, and maybe the boss won't break this turn. Let's see, let's do this. Go ahead and do this again. Alright, it's turn 12. Are we going to finish it off on turn 12? Probably not. We are going to have the SOB of Arn as well as Friend Emperor, which is nice. Yeah, all the SOBs line up on turn 12. So we'll do this. SLBU. And here we go. Nah. Next turn, though, should be fine. Let's cover and shell go. Yeah, we don't need healing this turn. So definitely not really a hard fight. 13 turns, I suppose. Not the worst. It's probably possible to do it with 5 units. Maybe. We're going to see the damage breakdown, and we're going to see who was replaceable after this. Alright. I think this should be the end of the boss. Yep, there it is. Boss dead. All right, I'll show you the team and the gear. So here's the team we used. So Kurosame was our provoker. His normal attack fills 6 LB gauge, and we're quad attacking, so therefore he AoE fills 24 LB per turn, and he soaks the Berserk. Frisia is wind support, 300 stat buffs, 300 LB buff, 45 wind amp. Wind imbue as well, but we don't really need that because we're using natural wind units. And that's basically all she did. She's on Ramu for Defaithna to cure the magic break off the friend. She's got healing in her kit from gear, just as backup stuff. She can do Shelga, etc. Beatrix is for general mitigation plus cover, also healing and buffing the party. Auron, just LB, SLB every single turn. He's got max LB a turn. That way, combined with Kurosame, he should always get his LB, either LB or SLB. Emperors are again geared for LB per turn, as well as magic damage or magic LB damage versus insects. So here's the gear. The friend, Liv Dilly, built me a nice one. Double-handed rod, because Emperor does bring a rod in peril. Pause of Prosperity is kind of important because that gives you LB fill beyond the cap, and we need that to guarantee to always get his LB. Other than that, here's the build we're using, or Liv Dilly built for me by request. There it is, the Dazzle card. Almost 9,000 magic, which is actually pretty respectable, even though his damage is poor. Maxed LB damage and 275 insect killer and 10 LB per turn. Plus the pause is 15 LB per turn. Here's my Emperor, slightly weaker. Only EX2, so 7,600 magic. Pause of Prosperity. I gave him the Vermilion Flag. That was like a last minute adjustment to make him permanently break immune. It's helpful because I don't have the way to cure break immunity. So here's the setup, the Dazzle card. Maxed LB damage, 275 insect, and mine has 11 LB per turn. Frisia is Riku's Pouch, Lion Emblem, Tome of Lakshmi, dual cast. So as you can see, all kind of support stuff, and then just a bulk card, whatever. And yeah, she does what I told you about. Auron is using LB damage versus insects. I gave him status immunity for the Moonshade, so he never gets diseased, but technically not required because we are using counter cure on Beatrix. Tybus' Spirit, in case one turn he didn't get his LB filled, because he doesn't have a copy of Pause of Prosperity. But the whole clear, we just lucked out into always getting his LBs. We never needed it. But if we did have to skip a turn on LB, we could have used Tybus' Spirit to make it like not a dead turn. 7,900 attack, maxed LB, maxed insect, and 10 LB per turn. Beatrix in the base form is auto buffing. Break immunity, general mitt, magic mitt, etc. Some LB fill. Shift form is using 370 fire resist. 400 is better, but I wanted her slightly vulnerable to fire. That way we counterattack with Lakshmi synergy. That is an AoE disease cure because we couldn't fit disease gear on this party, and we don't have anyone to buff immunity. So Looming Wrath as well, and some mana regen, and the power cut card. And then passive provoke Kurosame, quad attack, death immunity is very important in your provoker from the Vermilion Flag. Other than that, whatever, just passive provoke death immunity. And his normal attack, like I mentioned, his normal attack is an AoE 8 fill, my bad. So 24, 32. So 32 fill per turn versus Kresnik's 40 per turn. So actually, I geared incorrectly. I didn't realize I was getting... So we only actually needed 8 LB a turn. I thought it was 24. I told Liv Dilly to use Pause of Prosperity. I used Pause of Prosperity because I thought we needed 16 per turn guaranteed to always get the LB. We actually only needed 8 per turn. OMG, wasted a slot. Well, oh well. And here's the damage breakdown. So, EX3 Emperor did respectable. EX3 Auron did respectable as well. Now, keep in mind, you can't judge Auron versus Emperor as extremely because Emperor was doing 89% Spirit Break and only 87% Defense Break. So with a 0% stat boss, that 2% extra break on Spirit is very, very significant. Also, we were doing 35% Rod in Peril versus 25% Katana in Peril. So, there it is. And then my Emperor, big sad face, only at EX2, brought up the rear. So, okay, as requested by a friend of mine, there was the JP unit only clear. 13 turns. We were a little bit ahead of schedule. We did have to use 6 units. I don't think after seeing that damage breakdown, my Emperor did actually contribute a large amount of damage. So I don't think we could have dropped anyone there. We needed Auron, we needed both Emperors. So if someone has a better idea of a way to do it in 15 turns or less with 5 units or less, using only JP units that are currently available on Global, let me know in the comments who would have been a better team to 5-man, 15 turns without any Global exclusive units. Who could we have used? But okay, there it was. See you next time.